Welcome to our next class, and we are going to start next chapter number 18, statistics. Children, in this chapter we'll come across different terms like as variable. All of you are familiar with the term variable, whose value is not fixed. The quantity which can vary from one individual to another is called variable. The next is continuous variable. What is continuous variable? A variable which can take any numerical value within a certain range. Keep in mind, within a certain range, like as wages of a person. Suppose teachers are working in your school. It's not possible that one teacher is getting 2,000 salary and the another one will get 25,000 salary. Clear? So there will be a particular range. So in between only the wage of the person will be decided. Height of the children, that also particular range is there. Rainfall record of different cities, this is also a particular range is there. Now discrete or discontinuous variables, a variable which is incapable of taking all possible numerical values is called discrete variable. Like as no range is there, number of children in a family can be 1 and 2. It can be 2, 3 also. Some families are having 5 children also, 6 children also. So there is no particular range. That is called discontinuous variation or variable. Next is raw data which is not arranged properly. That is called raw data. This is arranged data, that is in the tabulated form it is given. Frequency, it is the number which tells how many times, meaning number of times the thing occur, that is called frequency. Frequency distribution, a tabular arrangement of data showing their corresponding frequency is called frequency distribution table. All of you are familiar with this also. Now let's start with exercise 18th A. First question, state which of the following variables are continuous and which are discrete. Number of children I already discussed in your class is discrete. There is no particular range for it. Now the distance travelled by the car, it is continuous, meaning proper reading is there. Clear? Size of the shoes, that also varies. There is no range for that. Time is continuous because there is a limit. Time also, it is in the limit only. Number of patients in a hospital, that also depends upon the condition. So this is what? Discrete variation. Second question, given below are the marks obtained by 30 students taking the class interval. Children, it is given the class intervals, you have to take like this way. So I made a table, just have a look on this. It is 1 to 10 class intervals are already given and you are asked to make frequency distribution table. You know, for that you are using telemark and frequency. Now 1 to 10 means all the observations which are between 1 to 10 including 10 also. We have to take including 10 also because the next interval starts with 11. So look here, I selected over here 1 to 10. What are the observation? 8, 9, then no one is there in this row also, no, nothing is there. This 2 and 1, I already put a tick over here. So total 4 are there. 0 to 10, 4 are there. So telemark how to write? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now 10 to 20 means all the observations which are 10 to 20 we have to, sorry, I was explaining third question. Now next is 11 to 20, meaning including 11 and including 20 also. Let's find out how many are there. Look at this table. Not between 11 to 20 including 11 and 20. I put a circle on this. 15, 17, 18, then these are not lying there. 14. So this way 11 to 20 you have to find out. See how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 are there. So I wrote 8 over here. So how to write telemark for 8? 1, 2, 3, 4 and then you have to put a slash like that. It makes it 5. Clear? This is what? 5, 6, 7, 8. So this way children you have to complete the table and then at last you have to write here the total observation, and these are the marks obtained by 30 students. The sum of frequency should be 30. That means your answer is correct. The marks obtained by 24 candidates in a subject are given over here and you are asked to take class intervals 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and the maximum observation I observed over here, it is up to 50 I think. Clear? So up to 50 I have to make class intervals. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, like that way. So see children, what is the difference between the class interval of question number 2 and question number 3? Here 1 to 10 and then 11, meaning they are not same. That's why we included 10 also in this period. But over here 0 to 10, then these values are same. So in that case 0 to 10 means you have to take the values less than 10, because 10 will be included in the next interval. Same way here 20 will not be taken, that will be taken in the next interval. So 10 to 20 means less than 20, but 10 you have to include in this. It means less than 30 mean up to 29, and 20 you have to include in this. So look here, see children, 0 to 10, find out the observations. No one is, I put a tick on this. 0, 3, 2 and 3, total 4 are there. So I wrote here 4 frequency and then the telemark. 10 to 20, I put circle on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6. So how to write? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then put a slash. It makes it 5. It will make it 5 and then 1, 6. Clear? So this way you have to complete the table. Now fourth question children, that on book only will do. A quantity which can vary from one individual to another, just now only we discussed, that is called a variable. Size of the shoes are discrete variable, already discussed. Daily temperature is continuous variable, already we have discussed. D is the range of data. So for that you need to find out what is range. First of all you should know what is range. It is given range of data is the difference between the highest and the lowest value. So among all these values the highest is 25, lowest is 6. So you will find out difference. That is what range. In the class interval 35 to 46, the lower limit is, this is lower limit and this is upper limit, that you all know. F part you have to find class mark. So class mark means mid value. You will add both. So class mark you will add both, divide by 2. This is the class mark. Now fifth question, find the actual lower limit and actual upper limit. Very important question. I'll explain it over here. Question number 5. See children, you are given these intervals. So you can see here in these class intervals, upper limit of first class is not same as of second class. That's why you are asked to find actual class intervals. What are actual class intervals? In actual class intervals, upper limit of first class should be same as of lower limit of second class. See, they are same. Now what is the process of making it? Select any two intervals. I have selected these two. Take upper limit of this and lower limit of this. It is not necessary that first two only you can take these two also, meaning you can select 39 and 40. Clear? Answer will be same in all the cases. So I took 19 and 20. Now how to find adjustment factor? 20 minus 19 divided by 2. You have to subtract these two, divide by 2, that will be 1 by 2, meaning 0.5. If you take 39 and 40, that also 40 minus 39 will be 1, divide by 2 will be 0.5. This is adjustment factor. Now what you have to do for this adjustment factor? Adjustment factor you have to subtract from the lower limit and you have to add in the upper limit of each class. Now 10 minus 0.5 will make it 0.9. 19 plus 0.5 will make it 19.5. 20 minus 0.5, 19.5. 29 plus 0.5, 29.5. 30 minus 0.5 will make it 29.5. If you add 0.5 over here, you will get 39.5 and so on. Now you can see these are same. Clear? So these are the actual class intervals. Now you are asked to find out lower limit, actual lower limit. So these all are actual lower limits I wrote here. Actual upper limits, these values you can write over here. Sorry children, this value is wrong. 10 minus 0.5 will make it 9.5. So here also you have to change the value. It is what? 9.5. Clear? Now the next question, class intervals are given and you are asked to find out actual class intervals. So same thing I did children. I took these two successive values. So 2.1 minus 2.0 divided by 2 is 0.1 by 2. That will make it 1 by 20. So adjustment factor of this case is 0.05. Now this adjustment factor we have to subtract from the lower limit. For your convenience, I have shown over here 1.1 minus 0.05 when you will do, it will make it 1.05. So this will be 1.05. Add 0.05 in this, you will get 2.05. Subtract 0.05, it will be same, you know that. 30 plus 0.05 will make it this way. So this way you can find out the actual class intervals. Now question number 7, use the table given below to find out. See, this is the table, frequency is given and you are asked to find the actual class limit. Same procedure children, 34 and 25 are taken. Subtract, you know that adjustment factor will be 0.5. So subtract 0.5 from the lower limits. When you will subtract, you will obtain these lower limits and add in the upper limits, you will get these values. Clear? Now, first part we have already solved, actual class interval. A part is the actual class limit of fourth class. Which is the fourth class now? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Clear? This is the actual class limit of fourth class. This is answer of A part. B part, the class boundaries of sixth class. So what are the boundaries? So you have to be very careful children. Go through this. Take out this page in the book. See. Class boundaries. What are class boundaries? The class limits obtained after adjustment are called actual class limit. And the actual class limits are also called class boundaries. That means boundaries always you have to find out from actual class limits. Next is class size. The difference between the actual, keep in mind, actual lower and actual upper limit, that is called class size. Class mark of a class interval is the value midway between its actual lower and actual. Means in all these cases you have to take actual class limits. Clear? So let's find out now. Look here children. B part was the class boundaries of sixth class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the answer. C part, the class mark of third class. Just now only we read 1, 2, 3. This is third. We have to find class mark. I explained you. Class mark is the mid value. Meaning you will add both. Divide by 2. That is 42. Then after D part, the upper and the lower limit of fifth class. Now here they did not ask which class, actual or simple class interval. So fifth class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Upper limit is what? 54. Lower limit is 50. Next is the class size of third class. So size also will be taken from actual limits only. Clear? So subtracted, that will be the size. Question number 8, construct cumulative frequency distribution. So children, what is cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency is always increasing. So you can see this is normal frequency. 9, 13 value increased. After that again it is decreasing. But in case of cumulative frequency, it is always increasing. So you have to draw a cumulative frequency table. So I'll solve over here only. You have to draw the same kind of table, but you will add one more column, that is cumulative frequency. What is the procedure? First value as it is. For the second, add both. 9 plus 13, 22. Then for the third, 22 plus 12, 34. Then next 34 plus 7, 41. Then 41 plus 15, 56. Same way, the next question. First value is as it is. Second, 12 plus 18, 30. 30 plus 23, 53. 53 plus 15 is 68. 68 plus 10 is 78. Thank you. We'll continue in the next video.